What is happening, YouTube? Welcome to another In Case You Missed It. Today, we are going to be taking a look at Mr. Russell Brand at a video that he put out just a few days ago that really caught my eye. But I do want to say welcome to the train wreck. And as we go through this, you'll realize what a train wreck it actually is. So, without further ado, we're going to jump right into this video. I have not seen this, I've literally been saving this for this video. And so after she's all said and done, then we'll get together and see what we think.
Being vegan, or at least flexitarian, and having a partly plant-based diet is one of the healthiest things you can do, isn't it? Or all those new meats that are synthetic, disgusting, evil processed things that are going to kill you. Hello there, I'm a vegan, you're a vegan, we're on this path together. And even if you're not a vegan, you're probably trying to be a bit more flexitarian, trying to eat a little bit more healthily, you know? Well, apparently, a lot of these vegan meats we've all been scoffing down because they're plant-based from the plant range are actually highly synthetic processed foods. Now, as a vegan person, a lot of my reasons for being veganism are based on being, kind to animals. Always loved animals, don't eat animals, but there is a health component to it also. And now, because of documentaries like Game Changers and Forks Over Knives and Cowspiracy and all of the other sort of vegan-oriented documentaries, I think more of us, and perhaps more men or more people that would not have previously thought about becoming vegan are thinking about it. Well, let's make sure that we're not just eating a new type of processed crap, because part of the reason we're doing this is to be healthy, right? Of course it is. Let's have a look. The food
Booger.
In between breath, take the shot.
The food industry is determined to sell us the message that all vegan products are intrinsically healthy and wholesome. I mean, I think that the line might be, from an ethical perspective, I don't agree with eating animals or animal products. But from a health perspective, it seems more important that things are not processed.
Right.
Like, I can see the argument, even though it's not an argument I ascribe to, that if you are eating meat that has been raised well, treated fairly, whatever, it's against my principles, but I can understand why some people would say, oh, well, that's healthy. I get it. Eating processed plant-based food, if it's not good for us, I don't think that's the solution. We should be heading in the direction of healthy food and healthy eating and changing our mentality around fundamental things like the food we eat. Don't you think that really what we have to do is move our behaviors and our habits as closely into alignment with the conditions we are evolved for as possible? Move our bodies in ways that we are evolved to move them. Eat the foods that we evolved to eat. Now, I know a lot of people make arguments about, being omnivorous for that. But me, I'm ethically vegan. And behaviorally, I want to live in harmony with what I evolved to do. Now, all right, I'm not going to go and live in the woods and just eat berries once a year. What I am going to try and do, though, is live within the civilized condition I find myself within, but without completely neglecting the fact that I am a part of nature, that I have an inner nature and a relationship with apparently outer nature. Many of the vegan meat substitutes aren't healthy at all, as they fall into the category of ultra-processed food, first identified by Brazilian academics as part of the NOVA classification. I'm one of them vegans that eats a lot of processed food. I love them. I love the phony fake sausages and the faking bacon and the burgers and the chili con carnes and all that stuff. Because I grew up eating things like sausages, beef burgers, fish fingers, maybe even some of spaghetti hoops with little sausages in them. I grew up on that kind of stuff. It's sort of in me, and I want to be healthy. I'd love to live on just quinoa and acai bowls and green juices. And let me tell you, I do my share of that as well. But man, don't you just love a delicious chicken tasting vegan burger thing where it's actually indistinguishable from the meat stuff that you would have, in my case, 30 years ago.
Wow.
So I'm a customer of that stuff. If there was fake vegan meat tasting stuff that was good for you and healthy, that would be fantastic. Ultra-processed foods are now widely accepted by food experts to be unhealthy and probably addictive. All right, on top of everything else. That's no wonder I can't stop bloody eating the bleeding things. I don't have a choice.
You're addicted.
UPFs don't just trick our palates, they confuse our bodies too, triggering hormones which encourage us to overeat. I don't want food that tricks me, do you? I don't want to eat a sausage that's got an agenda. Plant-based barbecue chicken goujons are indubitably That's the first time I've seen that in a normal
Long
article.
time.
Ultra processed, containing over 30 ingredients, including methyl cellulose, maltodextrin, and dried glucose syrup. All those
Really?
things, except for dried glucose syrup, sound pretty disgusting and like enemies of the body. Like methyl cellulose sounds evil. Maltodextrin, that sounds like a pretty bad guy if you were to meet it in a dark alley. Even the word vegan has been sidelined, presumably because it has connotations of abstinence. These days, it's all about plant. Tesco's named its vegan range Plant Chef. Marks and Spencer's has Plant Kitchen. Morrison's has Plant Revolution. Waitrose has Plant Life. Plant Life. Asda has Plant Based. This word plant has a whiff of nature, countryside, health, fresh air, natural leafiness. Sainsbury's Plant Pioneers range has a cheeky green leaf peeking out from the logo, even though there's nothing green about the beige Cumberland shroom dogs or orange smoky bacon rashers, both of which have over a dozen ingredients. While health experts exhort us to eat more vegetables, this isn't what they mean. They mean actual
Actual vegetable.
vegetables. So from an ethical perspective and from a deliciousness perspective, eating them fake meats is a plausible alternative to crueler meat products, and looks like there ain't too much compromise on the taste front. But me, at my age, I don't want to be eating mindless junk. Most of the things we do, we want to do consciously. We want to be conscious in our relationships. We want to be conscious the way we talk to strangers, pass us by. We want to be conscious about what we put in our mouth and the reason that we're doing it. Processed foods being sold as healthy is obviously just another marketing exercise. I suppose what I would like to do, and probably what a lot of you would like to do, would be lay on my back and just eat ice cream and wolf down hamburgers and watch films and have the occasional orgasm. Well, that's a moronic aspiration. What I need to do is awaken, harmonize with my environment, live lovingly with the people in my life, treat other people with respect and grace, and eat well and healthy, probably things that are in season in the environment I'm in at the time I'm living in. I'm not an anti-progress person. I'm not anti-pleasure. I'm not some abstemious, though I don't drink, smoke, take drugs, all sorts of stuff. I actually love all that stuff. What I think is we shouldn't be living in a distracted and unconscious way now more than ever. If you look at my channels, it's clear. And if you look out your window, it's clear that this is a point in history where awakening is an obligation, a duty. So if you are vegan, or if you're thinking about becoming vegan, or if you want to eat more healthy, clearly this is something you should consider. It's great that animals don't needlessly die so that you can have a snack, but it would also be good if you ate things that were in harmony with your body and weren't triggering hormones. I mean, who needs that happening? But that's just what I think. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Are you a vegan? Are you thinking about becoming a vegan?
We'll do that, Russell, just as soon as I'm done here. So, I love Russell. I don't agree with his take on a lot of things. One of the things that I don't agree with, which is with anybody who believes that eating a vegetarian lifestyle doesn't kill anything. Plants are alive. Plants are alive. They have feelings. They reproduce. They experience things like fear. They develop mechanisms to protect themselves from their environment. They're fully alive. So there's nothing that you can consume that doesn't give up its life so that your life can continue. So I do have a little bit of an issue with that, but not a big one. And most people just haven't really looked at it that way. But honestly, everything that he said, I have kind of heard. Now, I follow an organization that's Non-GMO USA, or Non-GMO Foundation, I believe it is. And there's several of them out there. And when these, fake burgers came out, that's what they were saying. There was a couple of companies that were literally trying to pass them off as USDA organic, with them completely full of crap and garbage. And so I'm not a vegan myself, not a vegetarian, but I am all for anyone who wants to live that lifestyle. But I'm 100% against misrepresentation of things that you put in your body. I'm with Russell. There's nothing more important than what you eat. Nothing. If your health, your state of mind, your ability to think clearly, your ability to walk, function, to be a human being, most of it is based on what you're putting in your body. If you're not eating what your body can use, then it's just passing through you, and then you're going to be hungry again. And it's one of the things that he talked about, the ingredients in these burgers, these vegan products that literally entice you to eat more food. Well, calories are calories, whether they're vegetables or whether they're meat, there's still calories. Okay. And especially when they're doing what they're doing to them. And when he brought up the dry glucose, that's sugar. And so apparently they're going to be riddled with sugar, and they're not even going to be like healthy or maybe even digestible by the human body. So you really do, unfortunately, have to know what you're dealing with when you're dealing with processed foods. Flip the package over, look at it, see the nutritional ingredients, and if you're okay with eating that many calories for that much nutrition, then go right ahead and eat it. But what you'll probably find if you start flipping it over and reading the nutrition label is you're going to find that the majority of what you eat has no nutritional value. It's one of the reasons why the multivitamin industry is as huge as it is because people are nutritionally deficient and they need to replace it. And I would suggest a whole food vitamin that is based on actual food that your body will see and understand and will be able to process. And when that happens, then you can function better. Your brain will function better. Your body will function better. Your bowels will function better. Everything will function better if you give your body the things that it needs. And whether you do that with a vegan lifestyle, vegetarian lifestyle, or an omnivore lifestyle, it needs to be unprocessed. It absolutely, without question, I'm with Russell 100%. Don't buy things in a box. Shop on the outside ring of the grocery store and go home and fix it. 15, 20 minutes. Most of the time, you can fix a dinner that takes 15 or 20 minutes to reheat in the oven. But you will have eaten real food and you'll be satisfied. You won't be as hungry. You won't snack as much. It's all good. So I went way over my time here, but I just want to say thank you for coming along. And if you ever have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them either in the chat on the live stream or in the rebroadcast on the comments below. And if this is content that you enjoy, please like, share, and subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. And it does help grow the channel. And, I do feel like that, some of the stuff needs to be, that's why I do this series specifically. This series specifically is because people need to hear the information that's out there, and it's just so hard to keep up. So I'm just trying to help. All right. All right. Thanks for stopping in. I will see you guys Monday night at 7 o'clock. Have yourself a good weekend. I'll see you Monday. Bye.